Peace and love, gamers and players. Colorwind here with a rundown of the Ubisoft Forward presentation. Today it is Monday, June the 12th, and let's jump into it because there's actually not a whole lot to talk about. A lot of the conference was talking about a very few amount of games with just a whole bunch of details, which is both a good and bad thing. So to start off, we got a performance from a whole bunch of dancers for Just Dance 2024. It comes out October 24th. Also, I noticed that apparently this is an official Olympic esport now. I did not know that. I remember hearing that there was going to be an esports section of the Olympics this upcoming year, but I did not know that Just Dance was one of the games. Next, we got a big presentation on Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. We got a CG trailer. Then we got a full gameplay demonstration. Showed that there's crafting mechanics, a skill tree. Clearing the pollution in the humans from certain areas will allow for better materials to grow, and you can use them. Story-wise, you're going to be playing a Navi who was kidnapped as a child, trained to fight other Navi using human weapons, but you were thrown into cryo sleep once this big battle happened. I believe it's a battle from one of the movies, but I haven't seen the movies. And then you wake up 15 years later and you need to get reacclimated with your clan and everything while taking the fight back to the humans and trying to save the planet. It's got a first-person shooter, melee combat kind of feel to it, but it's more action-adventure title. And other than that, James Cameron came on and kind of did a puff speech for the game and everything. It looks pretty good, and it's going to be coming out on December 7th. So actually, something maybe to look into because it doesn't look that bad. X Defiant, their new first-person shooter online game. It kind of reminds me of something like a Counter-Strike or a Valorant. They had a sizzle reel of streamers playing the game, and you know, it is what it is. They announced that an open session, or essentially an open beta, is going to be between June 21st and the 23rd, and then that they plan to release in the summer, but they didn't give a direct time or date. And as for DLC, for the first year, there's going to be 12 new maps, 12 new weapons, and 4 new factions, which is quite a lot of content. Next, we saw Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. This was announced back at Summer Games Fest. Once again, release date January 18th, 2024. You play as Saga. It's a 2D platformer, and it uses a whole bunch of time travel mechanics with messing around with different elements in the world that could be changed due to time travel. The rewriting time function from the Sense of Time trilogy is back, and I mean, the game looks like a lot of fun. It looks relatively simple, but it looks like fun. Captain Laserhawk, a Blood Dragon remix. It's a TV show that's based on Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon and has also nods to various other Ubisoft properties. This was already announced, but we got to see a trailer for the series, and it's going to be released on Netflix in fall of 2023. The Division Resurgence, we saw a CGI trailer. This is a mobile game, and apparently the final game is going to be coming out fall of 2023. Skull and Bones, they had a band called Home Free perform a title song for the game, and the song was named Skull and Bones, and had a very Celtic kind of feel. Had some people with some really deep voices, very impressive. And they announced a closed beta for the game August 25th through the 28th. Then we got kind of like a scissor reel of a whole bunch of stuff. Anno 1800 is celebrating 25 years of being released. For Honor is getting its Year 7 Season 2 release called Vengeance, and that's on June 15th, so literally in about 3 days. Trackmania was shown off because it's now on console. Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Home is getting a new planet as DLC, and also the Rayman DLC, which was previously announced, will be coming out at the end of the year, and it'll be the final piece of DLC for the game. Roller Champions is getting a crossover content with Jet Set Radio on June 27th. Brawlhalla is getting a crossover with Halo, and you can play as Master Chief and the Arbiter on July 12th. Rocksmith Plus right now is currently free if you want to check it out. The Crew 2 Season 8 Episode 2 is currently out now. And Riders Republic is getting a skate add-on on September 26th. Then we got a presentation on the Crew Motorfest. It's going to be taking place on Oahu. It has a whole bunch of cars. It kind of looks like a clone of Forza Horizon to me, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. That game is pretty good. But I didn't see a whole lot of new ideas in there. September 14th, 2023 is the release date for that if you're interested. Doesn't look bad, just doesn't look very original. Then we got a whole bunch of Assassin's Creed news. Assassin's Creed Nexus VR. They showed us a CG trailer of it. It's going to be on Nexus. And you're going to be able to play as either Connor, Cassandra, or Ezio. Assassin's Creed codenamed Jade is the mobile game that they're working on where you can create your own assassin. They announced a closed beta that you can register for. And then we saw a whole bunch of Assassin's Creed Mirage. We saw the protagonist, Basim, and the mental character that's in the game, Roshan, and like certain in-game cutscenes, as well as kind of like a CG trailer. And it just showed a whole bunch of story elements about the order that you're going up against in the game, and the hidden ones, which is the membership that you're part of. And just the whole dichotomy about what it means to be free. That seems to be what the game is going for in terms of story. In terms of gameplay, it looks like what you're doing is carrying out contracts, assassination contracts similar to the first game. And the game does look a lot like the first game, the way that it plays. Obviously, it looks a lot better, but it pretty much looks like Assassin's Creed 1 with some of the weapons and abilities that you got from Assassin's Creed 2. And not much else. There's multiple weapons that you can choose from, but that's about it. It looks like another Assassin's Creed game. And finally, they showed off Star Wars Outlaws as their big show, highlight. This was announced at the Xbox Game Showcase, and not a lot was shown. That's not the case here, though. There was a lot shown here. We know that the main protagonist's name is Kay. The pet that she has is named Nyx. The gameplay at first looked a little bit like Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor, but it looks a lot more thought out. There's stealth mechanics, there's third-person shooting, you're going to ride hovercrafts, you're going to be able to shoot your blaster from the hovercraft. Everything's open world, and everything is seamless. You can even hop into your ship and go into space battles, and do hyperspace so you can escape from your enemies. It looks incredibly impressive. It looks like an amazing game. Right now it's just saying 2024 for a release date. But yeah, that was definitely a highlight, and that was the end of the show. It was long. It was almost an hour and a half long, and it did not need to be. But ultimately, it kind of was worth it because Star Wars Outlaws looks incredible. It looks absolutely outstanding. Nothing else really on here really grabbed me. I mean, Assassin's Creed Mirage looks fine. I like the Assassin's Creed games, but it just kind of looks like another one. Although it looks like it's going back to the original format of the games, which I am appreciative of, but it doesn't look like it does anything with that formula. And then like all the other games, there's not really a whole lot to say about them other than like Prince of Persia looks really cool and Avatar Frontiers of Pandora looks really cool, but those games don't really provide anything to me that's fresh. I guess Prince of Persia Lost Crown can kind of get away with it because we haven't had one in such a long time. But I'm still waiting for that Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake that we were supposed to get. And no one's talking about it. I will definitely take this in the meantime, but it's not really what I'm looking for when it comes to the Prince of Persia franchise. X-Defiant looks like a generic shooter, and like some of these other games, there wasn't really a lot to talk about. Like the Crew Motorfest just looks like a generic racing game. And even Avatar Frontiers of Pandora looks really solid and good, but it also doesn't really look like anything out of the ordinary. But Star Wars Outlaws, that looked amazing. So for that reason, I'm probably going to give this conference like a B to a B plus. And that's everything here. So thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, then please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to my channel. Let me know if you enjoy my content, and if you enjoyed the Ubisoft presentation, if you saw it, subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so that you're notified to whenever I release new videos, and share the video on social media. Peace and love, gamers and players. Colorwind out.